Happy holidays from Coach GrandMama to you and your family. 2025 is drawing to a close, and I want to provide information that will help our young G fund holders grow their TSP investments in 2026. My TSP G fund family, I'm going to refer to you as GFA, G Fund Anonymous. No one needs to know who you are. I would change your name to protect the innocent. If you don't know how we're choosing the best funds to invest in year over year, I'm going to show you. It's a website. It's free. It's called tspfolio.com. It has its own TSP community that you can become a log in, create an account, and be a member of that community with like-minded TSP investors. This would be a game changer for our GFA family. This is a judge-free zone. What's said in GFA stays in GFA, unless you brag about 4% returns. We'll read over a couple of testimonials, and I will share the website tspfolio.com. So, what is G Fund? First of all, are you in a retirement window? Are you in your retirement window? Or do you have 15 years before you're eligible to retire? If that's so, why are you riding the G Fund wave? G Fund is for the folks who have paid their dues. They're 20 years in, they're 30 years in, they're wiping the sweat off their brow. They're looking for their next chapter. They have an exit plan. They want to preserve what they have in the G Fund. So they move their investments out of the other investment and move it into G funds because they don't want to invest any more money. They want to preserve what they have. So a G fund is allow investors to earn interest rates similar to those to U.S. Treasury bonds. You remember the U.S. saving bonds, 3%, 4% interest over 20 years? So you don't want that. If you got a TSP plan, you want the average annual return on a 401k or TSP plan, that's a good average, 8%. So the G fund is averaging 4% annually. So you're underperforming. So G fund is great for investors who are in their retirement window, but not for those of us who have 15 years to go before retirement. So the website I had mentioned earlier is TSP Folio. It's a game changer. It allows you to view daily returns, year-to-date returns. It's a free website. You can join the TSP community. It's free. I'm not endorsing the website, but I do use it to track the daily performance of TSP. Now, when you click on the link, it will take you to this landing page. You see this is the URL, tspfolio.com. Go down to the bottom of that page and select TSP funds, and it'll bring you back to that table I was at. So let's go to the table. So it'll bring you back to this table, and it give you the date of the performance right there, last price. And they had the different categories of the 5 classic funds. They also have the L funds. If you scroll down on that page, you get the L funds. But I'm going to look at the 5 classic ones. So you get the daily performance. First of all, you get the price for that day, the closing price. You get the change from the previous day. You get the year-to-date return. Then it has the 1 year year-to-date return, 3 years year-to-date return, and the 5-year return and 10-year return. So they also had the annualized standard deviation, which measured the risk, investment risk in percentage. The higher the risk, the greater the return. Also, it gives you the maximum drawdown measure in percentage. So that's the largest drop from the fund's peak over the life of the fund. Okay. Now I put some data in. These are real data points to get this little table down here. So for the G fund, let's look at last year, December 24, 2024, year to date performance. G fund was at 4.32. The F fund was at 1.11. The C fund was at 28.29. The S fund was at 19.30. And the I fund was at 4.85. Now remember I had mentioned the average return for a good return is 8% annually. So you can see what performed very well. G fund, not so much. It was safe, but it wasn't much gain compared to C and S funds. Even the I fund was, I say, underperforming international funds. Now, these are some 2025 data points I captured. So January, because we get ready to go to January, it reset, year to date. So January the 3rd, 2025, G Fund was, starting out at 0.04. Look at F Fund. It started out at negative 0.15. And C Fund is 1.05. S Fund is 2.07. And I Fund is 0.51. So we're tracking along. February the 3rd, March 18th. Now, remember during this time, springtime, President Trump was discussing or threatening different countries with tariffs. So this is where the China tariff war was starting to brew. So Trump had set a date of April the 1st that he was going to implement a tariff against China. So you're going to start seeing these negative numbers in some of the funds, C fund and S funds. So in March, negative 4.3 for the C fund. S fund, March 18 was negative 7.6. So if you move to April the 11th data, oh, sorry, I can't go back because I'm recording. Crap. But anyway, we'll come back to that later. So we're going to get to the testimonials. What did you whisper? Oh boy. So one G Fund Anonymous. Hi, my name is Bear Market, and I've been in the G Fund since 2016. Well, Bear Market, you have very high confidence in G Funds. The market had two bull runs, but you chose to tiptoe through the tulips and to the window. You missed out, but guess what? You can redeem yourself in 2026. All right, testimonial number 2. Also, this person, this GFA, didn't want to lose any money, so they just parked their money into the G Fund. You parked it, yeah. Instead, you lost time. You didn't lose no money, but you lost time, which is one thing TSP won't refund. You can't get your time back. So let's make wiser decisions. Use the TSP folio performance chart to see what's performing and make your selection based on what is performing for that time. You can do this. View the TSP performance. Compare the G fund performance to the other funds performance. Then change your allocation out of G to one of the other investments. Either be the classic ones or go to the life cycle, use the L funds. There's plenty of options other than G. So this is the intervention plan for our G fund holders. So you're 30 years old and you're in G fund, you've been in G fund for 9 years. Sugar Plum, you've been idling with the engine off. The G fund is not a retirement plan, it is a parking lot. Get the moving, turn the ignition, get the car moving. Let's go. This is a relapse warning. Now, some of you will relapse every time CNBC says the word volatility. Just remember that the TSP will fluctuate. There will be like a roller coaster ride. Buckle up your seatbelt. Seek to understand TSP. Pursue free TSP education through your training department. Even though you're not going to retire soon, you need to sign up for the retirement seminar to learn what it takes to retire right. Get the information early so you can get on the right path to retirement. Now, here's my pep talk to my GFAs. Repeat after me. I am not retiring tomorrow. I do not need U.S. saving bond return at 10 years of civil service. I will stop checking my TSP during lunchtime. This is your graduation moment. When you're ready to put your money to work, remember, don't quit the G Fund cold turkey. Taper your funds off or cipher your funds out gradually. Don't take it out all at once to move it to a different fund. Move your money gradually into other TSP investment funds. So go to the website, tspfolio.com or even tspcenter.com, and look at the year to date fund performance. Do some analysis, do some fund comparisons to determine where you're going to move your funds and what one of the classic funds or the L life cycle funds. So look at all those and see what's best for you. But get out of the G fund. There's so many other options. Now you have some websites, some free tools. They're both free websites that you can use to see how the funds are performing daily, year to date, and up to 10 years. So you can make better decisions to grow your money and prepare for retirement. I'll be sharing more tips soon. Thanks for viewing my channel. Hitting like is similar to leaving me a tip. Also, your comments provide me reading material, so drop a comment. Thank you for watching.